Hello, this is the uneducated teacher. There is archaeological evidence dogs were the first animals domesticated by humans. More than 30,000 years ago, more than 10,000 years before the domestication of horses and ruminants. This started when wolves began scavenging scraps from food, who then began to domesticate the wolves, providing them with shelter and protection. In return, the wolves helped the human hunter-gatherers with hunting. As these domesticated wolves were breeding over thousands of years, they became dogs as we know them today. Alongside the evolution of wolf's physiology, there is evidence of the developing bond between humans and what we now call dogs. At a burial site in Primosti, Czech Republic, a dog was discovered buried with a bone believed to be from a mammoth, carefully placed in his mouth after death. It is believed to be 32,000 years old. In Oberkassel, Germany, the skeleton of a disabled dog was buried with the bodies of a man and of a woman. Radiocarbon dating puts this at about 14,300 years ago. This is a unique early example of the developing connection between dogs and practical purposes that they were used for. Other early dog burial sites were discovered in many places. The mummified black dog of Tumat in Russia is thought to be 12,450 years old, and in Palestine, at the Ain Malaha Natufian settlement, there are 12 individuals buried, one with their hand resting on the body of a small puppy, dating back at least 12,000 years ago. From at least 6,000 years ago, dogs were deified in many leading civilizations. Anubis in Egypt, Zoloti for the Mayans, Cerberus for the Greeks. Their role was either to accompany the deceased people to the other world. This stresses the guide role of dogs, or to guard the other world. This is K.M. Hemmings. Dogs are fascinating, loyal, joyous, and full of wonder. Have you ever considered why we are so attached to them? They are loyal. They are in tune with us. So much so, they see our sadness. In our joy, they are joyous. In our anger, they are angry. It is as if they know our moods. When we are down, they comfort us. When we are up, they celebrate with us. But why? Why are they so near to us, and why do we love them so?
Obviously, they need us so much.
Indeed, narrator. I was born in the year of the dog in the Chinese calendar, said to be the best of all signs in the Chinese animal calendar.
Calm down.
Indeed, narrator. From Chihuahuas to Mastiffs, think of the massive development or disabling of this animal we have committed, creating heart conditions in Great Danes, breathing issues in pugs. We altered this animal incredibly, but that's just the physical. Think long and hard for a moment. If we did this to their bodies, what do you think we did to their minds? Human beings are clumsy, haphazard. They stumble onto things, accidentally discovering great feats and unearthing horrifying abominations. Think of the diseases we created with our interference, with our filthy predilections. What an anomalous, sickly, vomitous creature this human being is. You are listening to the uneducated teacher. And yet, we are brilliant. Not brilliant enough to consider the impact that we have on ourselves and our animal brethren we share this world with. Back to the subject at hand, the dog. A creature descended from wolves. Consider that for a moment. The dog came from a wolf. What a staggering devolution. Wolves are independent, proud, dignified. Dogs are the opposite. How do you square the two? How do you explain the immense difference in them? Think long and hard how wolves interact, hunt, process information, and then compare that to a dog. Now, if you look at that wolf a second time, this time as a puppy, examine it closely. What does it resemble? It resembles a dog. If you take a wolf and leave it in a room with no food or water, it will jump out of a window before it starves. A dog will bark and bark and bark and simply starve. Dogs are happy, dopey, playful. So are wolf cubs. But a grown wolf is a curmudgeon, hesitant, unpredictable, and they are not happy to see you. In fact, you are a bother. In fact, you are a bother to them. Wolves are independent and prefer to be in their own condition, their own way of existence. Dogs are malleable, needy, dependent, just like a wolf pup. I thought long and hard about this. What changed here? What caused such a leap? Well, I think, and this is just my thoughts, we bred the adult out of the wolf and called it a dog. Adults have agency, their own temperament, their own dignity. Children don't. They are at the mercy of their caregivers. They are in our drive to care for these creatures known as dogs, to use them for our own emotional needs. We catered to them in such a way that they gave up their adulthood to please us, to mirror us. They sacrificed their wolf form, their adult wolf form, and left behind a husk we know as a dog, forever stunted in adolescence. We bred out the adult in the wolf and left the child behind, called a dog, a mirror to please our emotional needs, in our desperate need for companionship, and in doing so, crippled an entire species. If you pay attention, I mean really pay attention, we are doing things we did to the wolf to ourselves. Adults are vanishing in this world. Now here's where the rubber meets the road. Dogs had us to take care of them when they deformed from wolves. But who will take care of us when we abandon our adult nature?